the Christmas raffle tickets in support of the ministry. And of course, any year-end gift is very, very, very welcome, as we are blessed through your generosity in the ministry of St. Sophia. Don't forget, we have liturgy this Sunday as well. So don't forget our usual schedule. And we hope you'll come earlier for the Orthros and the studies in the faith. Because we do have a musical little sermon for you, but before we start giving the Christmas tree choir a moment to reflect on the day, we've gone through a lot this year, but yet we have reasons to celebrate. We celebrate because no matter how much difficulty there is, how much we've been bound up by our circumstances, how much we've been tied up and weighed down by things of our own doing, of our own choices, and some not of our own doing, it is time now to get unburdened as we recognize the great gift that God has reached down and that He is in our midst and He's untying us. Christ is in our midst, yet sometimes there's a pain in our heart when we hear, as much as we have been immersed in Christ, so little changes. A friend sent me this. It's a good parable. It comes from the San Francisco Chronicle of about a year and a half ago. It talked about, and you might remember it because it was also in the news, about a female humpback whale. Give me a moment to see how this connects to Christmas. Who had become entangled in a spider web of crab traps and lines, fishing lines in the area. She was weighed down by hundreds of pounds of traps that caused her to struggle and to stay afloat. She also had hundreds of yards of rope wrapped around her body, her tail, her torso, and a line cutting into her mouth and tugging at it. A fisherman spotted her just east of the Farallon Islands, outside of the Golden Gate, and radioed an environmental group for help. Within a few hours, the rescue team arrived and determined that she was so bad off that the only way to save her was to dive in and untangle her. To dive, come down and untangle her. They worked for hours with curved knives and eventually freed her. When she was freed, the divers say she swam in what seemed to be joyous circles. She then came back to each and every diver at one time and nudged them, pushed them gently around. She was thanking them. Some said it was the most incredibly beautiful experience of their lives. The man who cut the rope out of her mouth said the whale's eyes were following him the whole time, and he will never be the same. To be surrounded by people in this world who will help untangle us from things that are binding us in life, to know that the meaning of Christmas ultimately is this, my brothers and sisters in the Lord, not just the beautiful Christmas decorations, the Christmas carols, but reflect for a moment on our difficulties. We have been tangled up and weighed down by sin, by fear, by the terror of insecurity, by oftentimes hopelessness. We've been wrapped and we're sinking sometimes. Our mouth is tied with lines and ropes, sometimes of our own making. We've lost jobs, we've lost relationships. We have been hurt badly, and we feel like that whale that that God looks down and sees our predicament. And he sees that we've been tied up and we've been weighed down by all kinds of garbage and all kinds of superfluous things in our lives. And we realize that by ourselves we cannot get untangled. So he sent down his only begotten Son, God himself draped in human flesh. And he jumped into the waters of our nature. He jumped into the seas of our circumstances, and through his love and his grace, he's cut and he's cutting the ropes and the muck, the mire, and the sin, and all that weighs us down to the bottom. And so today, realizing that God is in our midst, realizing that methimon of theos, that God is always with us, God Emmanuel, he is always with us. We've gathered together in this great ship, like that whale, and through our praise, and through our worship, through our kneeling, through our Holy Communion, we look up and we thank God that he is cutting away all the weight that brings us down as we get untangled and we look forward to a happy year and a happier, more prosperous year. Don't disconnect yourself from this great ship of the church. Don't feel that you can do it alone. We need each other. It is an insane world when we think we can do it all by ourselves. It doesn't make any sense. We need God. We need that baby Jesus. We need the Lord to come and entangle us and remind us of his great love. So you and I today swam spiritually in circles and nudged the Lord, thanking him for cutting us free. Methimon or theos.
Accusate Mommy, was that white voice behind you? Mommy, now he's pizza. He's always white, right? What's he gonna kill? Was it? Yeah. Mommy, he's gonna poke the window and he's gonna.
As the choir is going back to the choir loft, Chris will prepare to accompany several more. Dios megas, how great is our God. Yes, these are days of great cynicism, negativism in the media. Christianity is called a crutch. Christ is a myth. But what greater crutch or support than life by God? Everyone living needs someone to support them. Call it a crutch or someone to lift them up. What is it going to be? Is it going to be just the pleasures of life? Is it going to be just the search for fame and celebrity? For many of them ending up in rehab centers? Is it going to be an overdose of one thing or another, or pleasures found in momentary bursts of delight as we seek to fulfill ourselves? Or will we turn our hearts to God and say, Lord, I can't make it by myself. I need you to be my support. And that's what this is all about. Church is a consistent reminder of our need for God. And a reminder that God is always in our midst, that Theos, and that God is great, and He still performs wonders, and the wonders are all around us. You today are a wonder. You today being here is a wonder and a miracle. We are so blessed. May God peace today and in the new year. May you delight in the season. May you delight in your blessings in your family as you share your Christmas meal. And as we, in a sense, conclude this morning, let me bring up a precious young woman from our congregation. Corina Kaplanis is a superb singer with what I believe will have a great future using her talent, not only for the glory of God, but perhaps in some other ways. She's a gift to us, as is her family, and we congratulate her as she comes now to sing for us, O Holy Night.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad you came this morning? Wonderful. Come forward now and receive the holy bread. Father will join me in distributing the Candido. Don't leave. Spend a few minutes in the hall with us. There is plenty to nibble on and some very wonderful refreshments, champagne and the like. And one of us, one of you, may walk away with a wonderful, wonderful gift. Someone will.